Alrighty, good stuff. Thanks guys for all coming back in, and thanks for tuning back in this morning. We want to talk now only to the serious people, the people who are serious about making money with us here at DuePoint, serious about understanding this business, and serious about putting the time in and accelerating their wealth with us. You can see already that this is a numbers game. We had a full room a moment ago, and look how the numbers have whittled down. The rest of them have gone, no thanks, this smells like work. Yes, it is, because it is work, and that is the only way to create wealth is through work. And so we need to do the work that we have. But thank you for joining me. I'm glad to have the serious few with me. Now I know who to focus on as we create wealth with us here at DuePoint. So there are 3 steps to fast wealth creation at DuePoint. There's just 3 things you're going to have to remember if you're going to, and repeat, if you want to create wealth fast with us here at DuePoint. Let's start with understanding how to earn. If you don't know how to earn at DuePoint, well, then you're dead in the water before you've even started. You've got to understand the principles of how to earn. Secondly, you need to understand our phone app. That was why we did such a big dev seminar this morning, an hour and a half, because I need everybody to know how to use the app. If you can't use the app, you will never grow wealth with us here at DuePoint. So, folks, if you weren't here this morning at our dev seminar, can I encourage you to jump onto YouTube this afternoon and watch this morning's development seminar. It's on your app as well now under Tools. Go and watch it so that you use this tool properly. And then understand how growing slowly growing slowly looks like versus what growing fast looks like. There are 2 very distinct features in these, and if you understand them, you'll then know how to do it quickly or why you're doing it slowly. Most people, I think, want to do it quickly but end up doing it slowly. Let's try and understand that better. That's only the 3 things you need to know. How do we make money? How do we use the tools? And what are the things we've got to do that are going to separate us between the slow and the fast here at DuePoint? So let's start with step 1. How do we earn at DuePoint? Critically important for you to understand. It is, in fact, the simplest system in the country. I'm willing to debate anybody on it. What you've got to do is 2 things. Starts with you. You are the primary source of your own income at DuePoint, and you need to remember that. Your most important payment right now in the entire world, and I'm not being joking, I'm not being facetious, I'm being 100% honest, right now from this day forth, your most important payment every month is your product payment at DuePoint. Why? Because it is the only payment you will ever make that will earn you money. Nothing else. Your rent, your food, your medical aid, your kids' school fees, none of them are more important than your 249 or 324 Rand a month that you pay at DuePoint, because none of the other ones are going to pay you money. Okay, our one will. Unless you have paid your product, you know you are seriously hampering your ability to create wealth at DuePoint. The next part of that is you've got to get yourself qualified. So those of you who were in the dev seminar with me this morning, you'll remember when you click on an individual, brings their profile up, at the top corner there was that little image. It looked like this but standing upright. Okay, and it was red or blue. If it was red, the guy's not qualified. If it's blue, the guy is qualified. That counts for you too. You have to get qualified if you want to earn at DuePoint. If you put 1 person in, you don't earn at DuePoint. You need 3 people in as a minimum in order to start earning, which means your minimum amount you'll earn is 165 Rand. That's the least you can earn at DuePoint. As Donnie says, you start at DuePoint with a 50% discount, because if you pay, say, $2.99 a month for your product and you get 165 Rand, we've just discounted your product by half. That's his joke about this. He says, get 50% discount off by getting yourself qualified. Once you've got 3 individuals with products paying, and you've paid, you are now earning. You are what is now called a qualified wealth engineer. A qualified wealth engineer is what you're going to want in your channel as well as for yourself. This opens up your entire first point of earnings. Okay, what does that mean? It means that now when you add a 4th person in, only 1 more, you earn on him. A 5th person, you earn on him. A 6th person, you earn on him. 100 people, you earn on all of them the moment you've got 3 paying. Okay, you might go out now and put 10 people in, and number 2, 6, and 9 pay. That's fine. You've got 3 in, you qualified, you're now earning on your entire point. Okay, of all the paid products. This is qualified wealth engineer. This pattern, the shape, is what you now want to repeat going forward, because step 2 in earning at DuePoint is getting these individuals qualified on your first point. Why? Because in order to earn on the other points in your channel, you need to have the equal number of qualified wealth engineers on your first point. It's like lots of words to say something really simple. All you need is, if you want to earn on point 2, you need 2 qualified wealth engineers. It doesn't matter who they are. You might have 50 people on your first point. It can be number 46 and number 13. As long as there are 2 qualified wealth engineers on your first point, you now earn on 2 points. That's it. How do you get them qualified? Well, they must look like you looked. They must have paid for their product, and they must have 3 individuals who have paid for their product. Okay, so we say at DuePoint, the only 2 points you ever worry about are your first 2 points. That's it. What do you have to do? Just keep connecting people. What does your first pointers have to do? Just keep connecting people. If you can get that pattern working, well, then your entire channel will take care of itself. Because these guys will then go, oh, all I need to do is keep connecting people, so they will connect people. And then these people go, oh, all I need to do is connect people, and they will connect people. And so your channel will grow. You never worry about anybody in point 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You only worry about your first 2 points. As long as you're getting your first 2 points working, the people you introduced and who they introduced, as long as those guys are working, that pattern will repeat itself down your channel. And so you'll see everything, including the technology in our app, focuses on point 1 and 2. Everything. It does not focus on the other points. You've got all that information in the app, but it doesn't focus on it. It's looking at point 1 and 2. BPQ, if you saw in the app, there was a BPQ number, Book Performance Quotient. What does it look at? Point 1 and 2. It doesn't look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's not looking there. It's saying, who cares what they're doing? What is the performance of your first and second point? How is that performing? So everything is focused on just your first and second point. So when you qualify one of your first pointers, what does that do for you? Nothing. We gave you your first point for free when you got qualified, because theoretically you should have had a qualified wealth engineer, 1, to get point 1 open. But we give you the whole of point 1 when you qualify. In order to get 2, you need 2 qualified wealth engineers. You've got to go out and get it done. Now, these guys are going to sprout some roots. If you're getting your pattern of connecting people right, they're going to get. Now, what do you got to do to earn on point 3? You're in control in the system. You don't have to worry about what others are doing. You're in control. What did I say? You need the equal number of qualified wealth engineers on your first point for the number of points you want to earn on. Okay, great. You need a 3rd qualified wealth engineer. That's all. You need a 3rd guy qualified. When he gets qualified, we open up your entire 3rd point. None of these guys are qualified. None of them. That doesn't make any difference to you at all, because you're in control. You get your guy qualified, you earn on the entire 3rd point. You want to earn on your entire 4th point, what are you going to do? You're going to add a 4th qualified wealth engineer. And like I said, they're not going to go like in this image, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to put 20 people in, and 1 and 5 and 9 and 16 are going to qualify. That's fine. That's 4 qualified wealth engineers. Wham presto, you've got 4 points open. If you've got 10 points in your channel, what do you got to do to open all 10 points? 10 qualified wealth engineers on your first point. If you've got 100 points in your channel, you want to earn on all 100 points. You've got to get 100 qualified wealth engineers on your first point. You stay in control. If these guys start mucking things up, say there's points all the way down here and this guy stops paying, it makes no difference to you. It makes absolutely no difference to you. An entire leg can go dead. But as long as you've got your qualified guys, you are earning on every single point that you've got the equal number to. You remain in control in our system of your earnings. Okay, so 2 things to remember. Step 1, get yourself qualified. How do you do that? You pay, and you get 3 guys paying on your first point. Step 2, qualify your points. Open up your points. So a couple of points back to this morning's dev seminar. We spoke about qualified channel. Your qualified channel is the number of products in the points you've opened with qualified wealth engineers. Those are the only points you're worried about. How much money am I making in the points I have opened? In this example, 3 qualified wealth engineers. Your qualified channel is 3 points deep. So it adds up all the products in those 3 points. You may have another 1,000 products after that, but that's not in your qualified channel. So in this morning's training, you pushed qualified channel at the top, and it showed you your points. The blue ones were in your qualified channel. The red ones were outside. And you've got to look there and go, hang on a second, I need to get those points open so I can be earning on them too. Let's add some more qualified wealth engineers on my first point, and those red lines will become blue as you open them up. in that channel. I needed another hour this morning, but I'm going to do another training another day for all of this stuff. Okay, so that's it. 2 steps. If you know to get yourself qualified and get your first pointers qualified, you're making money at DuePoint. Nice and easy. Okay, great. Now the phone app. We got to do it, guys. You got your phone apps with you? Pull them out. Let's have a quick look. Some of you were with me this morning, some of you weren't. So I'm going to do this again. Get your app out. DuePoint app. If you're registered wealth engineers, which I'm assuming you are, you got the app on your phone. Fantastic. Open it up. First thing I want you to know, daily notices. Okay, your app will open on those, especially if you're a brand new wealth engineer. Your app will open on the notices. These are important. This is how I communicate with you. Every day we'll send you notices, guys. Every single day. Those notices will tell you about the events occurring here at DuePoint, and will come with buttons at the bottom that you just push, and it does stuff for you. Some of them will allow you to book to attend. Others will be buttons that say click here to watch, and you can click there and you're live in the room watching with us. All right, now folks, we include at the bottom of the notices a share button. That share button allows you to share these notices to anyone in any format. SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. Click that share button and see what happens. Look, up comes all the options. You can scroll through all of them, and you can be sharing those notices to your guests so that they too can then just push one button to be watching live with us or can be attending with us. Okay. All right, so that share button at the bottom is critical, and then you'll find at the top there's a cross. Push the cross if you're done with that notice and you want to delete it, okay? So you've got it in here, the ability to communicate both with us and your guests going forward. Critically important. Don't ignore the notices. Read them. Okay, great. Now, once you're in, here's your dashboard. This tells you exactly what's going on in your channel. At the top right-hand corner, do you see your name is up there? See your name's up there? All right, that's an active button. Push it and see what happens. You push it, okay, and look what happens. Your profile comes up, okay, active button. Next to it's another active button. It tells you how much you're earning, tells you what rank you're on, how close you are to the next one. We've got a menu button at the top there, guys. That is not decoration. That's called the burger menu button. It looks like a burger. There's the bread, there's the meat, there's the bread. Okay? You push that button and it opens up the menu for you. Then it shows you what month you're looking at, because you can scroll between the different months of information. We give you 3 months of information. Then it shows you your qualified channel. Do you remember your qualified channel? That's how many points you've opened up with qualified wealth engineers on the first point. Then it shows you this is the information in your qualified channel. How many people have paid? How many people still have to pay this month? How many people have failed to pay this month? And what does it cost you? You're earning 7, but there's 4,000 still coming if they all pay. But you've lost 3,800 because of people who haven't paid. Okay? You can see all of this. Your book performance quotient, BBQ. How good is your first and second point performing? The higher the number, the better. If you've got a low number there, the people you've introduced haven't been paying. You've got to start asking yourself questions. Why are the people I'm introducing not paying? And then at the bottom here, how is my channel performing? How many apps have my channel grown by? How many apps have my channel decreased by? Am I spinning my wheels? Am I going backwards or am I going forwards? And then we put in there reinstatements and all sorts of things that you can see in there. And then along the bottom, guys, you've got 5 buttons. The channel button shows you your dashboard. Then you've got events so that you can see what's coming up and how to book and watch those. Then you've got rewards, tells you about our XP rewards program. You want to know how to advance through the ranks. That's the button to push. Then we've got the application form. And I fear that that's the only button most people are doing. That's why we did such a big dev seminar this morning. That application form is just one feature. That is not the only reason why you have the app. Okay? It's just one feature. And then our tools button where all your training and downloads are. All right. If we click that qualified button, if your channel says naught the whole time, and you're like, Brendan, my channel always just says naught, okay? That is because you're paying at the end of the month or you're not qualified. Those are the 2 reasons. But we show you everything. If you push the down button, we will still show you your entire channel. So even though there's noughts on the front, when you push down, you can now see. You'll see there's a middle column now, which actually shows you how many debit orders you have on each of your points. That's very useful when trying to work out where your next rank is. I need 20 people to go rank 2. How many products have I got? You can add them up and work out, right, I need to have 5 points open to go rank 4, because you can add up the products and work it out, okay? In here, we've added that in. It's the middle column over there. And then we show you what each point is worth to you. how much is rank one, point 1 worth to me? How much is point 2 worth to me, etc., etc. You now know where your money is. You can select a point in your channel. Absolutely awesome. And now the dashboard changes and shows you just the details of that point. You've got 20 people that have paid this month. You know, we're going a bit ahead of us. So we've got 20 people that pay. So let's go there. We push the down arrow, and all of the people on that 20 points is there. But maybe we're much more worried about the people who haven't paid, okay? So we can click on the people who haven't paid, or the ones that are pending, okay? And you get the list of these individuals. You can then click on those individuals, and look, it brings up the information for you. There's a picture of them. Shows you how many people they've got, how much XP they've earned this month. You see, you've got the ability to do that on every one of these points here. You can click on them and see who's coming up. There's another one over there. See, and then there's the telephone button over there if you want to call them. Top right-hand corner shows you whether they qualified and what point they're on. And at the bottom, you can see what rank they're on as well. All of that's in there. Just use the down arrows to get you there. Now, let's go to that profile pick again. We're going to go to the top, push your name again at the top. We need to get your picture in, because if you get your picture in, you get 1,000 XP for putting your picture in, okay? And we want everybody to have the picture in. You're going to push the picture button, and then you'll be able to get your profile in over there. Okay, well, that's what I want you to do. Get your picture in at the top. It's 1,000 XP, and now we know who you are, and you know who all your wealth engineers are. Because if all your wealth engineers are taking pictures, when you click on their line items, remember I told you, we click on their line items, now we can see who they are. We know who we're talking to. All right, good. Let's go to the tools button down at the bottom here. Okay, guys, this is a critical button for you to understand how this business works. When you click tools, all your videos come up. All you've got to do is click the watch button, and for every video that you watch, you get 250 XP for. I know Tim right now is loading up this morning's video. He's loading it up. It's going to be at the top when you load it up a little bit later this afternoon. In the meantime, it's on YouTube already, but he's loading it into our app right now for you. Okay, lovely. Super important. Do the training, guys. And then if you swipe across, you'll find our intro presentation and our downloads are there for you as well. Okay, that you can use from. All right, so now, one of the big questions we get asked all the time is, where do I find my product documents? Where do I find them? Well, it's all under that burger button again. You click the burger button, and up comes your products, guys. There they are. If you've got all the products, they're all there. If you've only got one product, only one product will appear there. Okay, only one product. Did you have a question? No? You good? Okay, only one product will appear there. Folks, this is where you find everything. If you click on any of those products, you're going to get the details. If I click on it, it says, there's my plan document. I can download my plan document. That's on there. And then if you see a little hammer there, there's a little hammer, it means you had that product and you either canceled it or lapsed it. And if you want to reinstate that product, you can now click on it if it's got a hammer, and you can reinstate the product. You can also add a product at the bottom if you want to as well. So, guys, there is plenty power in this app for you. Use it, use it, use it, use it. All right, and then watch, as I said, later this afternoon, this morning's full training on the app is now live and on the app for you right now. All right, guys, good. So that's step 2. Now let's get to the important one, step 3. This is the one we're going to spend the time on. Earning wealth fast or earning wealth slow. We need to understand how to do this. If we understand the mathematics of network marketing, we then understand how wealth is created through it. Most networks will not give you these numbers. Why? Because once you've had these numbers, you're going to run for the hills. Now, there are two reactions. The majority reaction is running for the hills. The minority reaction is, I understand now, I have perspective, let's go build some wealth. Okay, that's the one I'm hoping to achieve this morning. Let us understand how network marketing works, and let us understand how it works across every network, in every country, every race, every sex, every product type, every system type. People go, I've done Amway, it doesn't work. Well, Amway does work. It's a massively successful business when you understand this mathematics. Other people will say, I did Golden Products, it doesn't work. Golden Products does work. It's a massively successful business. You just need to understand the mathematics behind it. And the mathematics is exactly the same in any one of those legitimate or illegitimate networks as it is here at DuePoint. And so let's look at that mathematics. I call it the universal constant of network marketing, and it starts like this. You have to go out and talk to 100 people. Folks, not much is going to happen in your channel under 100 people. You are going to have to talk to 100 people. Okay? That can take a short amount of time or a long amount of time. All right, this is just an expectation. We're very honest and frank with you here. You need to connect 100 people to DuePoint. Now, to connect 100 people to DuePoint using DuePoint's Rand values only. This is exactly the same everywhere else. 65 of the 100 people you are going to connect to DuePoint are going to say no to you. They just are. It does not matter that this is the most innovative and most successful wealth creation system in the country. That doesn't matter. Even if this was, I can't even imagine, we were selling Rolls Royces. If it was network marketing, 65% of people would say no. They just will. Accept it. Know it right now. 2 out of 3 people you talk to are going to say no. Now, they're going to say no in a whole lot of very creative ways. Some of them will be brave enough to say no to you straight to your face. Great. Those are our favorite people. They are. Others will laugh and mock you. Others will agree to join. Now, this is a particular black South African culture. This is a cultural thing. We do a good job at selling something to someone. They go, I can't say no. I need to say yes, even though I have no intention of doing anything here. I need to say yes. This is my friend. I want to say yes to them. I spoke to my helper at home, and she said, absolutely. If you do a good sales job to me, I say yes, even if I have no intention of buying anything. Okay, so folks, your friends are going to say yes. They're going to fill the forms out. They're going to put either fake bank account details in, or they're going to give you a bank account that's got no money in it. And at the end of the month, they're not going to pay. But they said yes, and they were all excited, and they gave you all the right signs when you signed them up. Unfortunately, this is a cultural thing that we have to fight. So we often say, try catch them out at the application form stage. Test them on their bank account details and email addresses, and if they don't want to give you the real stuff, say, listen, dude, you don't have to fill the form out. If you don't want to do this, leave me, let me go carry on with other people. All of those people form part of the 65 that say no. This is a fundamental principle of network marketing anywhere in the world. Accept it, get over it, know that we are looking for the 1 out of 3. The 1 out of 3 are going to take a product and are going to pay for it for at least a year, some for the rest of their lives. In the DuePoint system, that's worth 2,000 Rand a month to you. Okay? 2,000 Rand a month to you is 24,000 Rand a year. All right, so here's my deal, and I'm not joking, I'm not marketing, this is the deal. I need you to connect 100 people to DuePoint. Put them in the presentation room or get them to watch one of our presentations on your phone or TV or computer. If you do that, I'll pay you 2,000 Rand a month for the rest of your life. I will. Statistically, mathematically speaking, I will. On average, I'll pay you 2,000 Rand. So now, are you happy to get an extra 2 grand a month? Just simply, you don't have to do anything other than connect 100 people to me. That's all you got to do. Happy to do that? Most people say to me, yes, I'm happy to do that. Some will say, no, 2,000 Rand. But some will say happy. Now, when I do say that, I say, do we care about who the 65 are in the group that say no? Do we care? I mean, I've said to you, it doesn't matter who they are. I'll pay you 2,000 Rand a month. Do you care who they are? Okay, maybe not at this stage, maybe not, maybe still a little bit. Okay, let's move on. Of the 35, only 5 are going to do something. You need to understand this, guys. You're going to have 35 people who are going to take a product, get excited, run through this presentation, tell you about how they're going to change your life, how they're going to connect 10,000 people to DuePoint, blah, blah, blah. They will have done it in every other network exactly the same way. And then they're going to do nothing. Only 5 are going to do something. You know what that 5 are going to do? That 5 are going to add somewhere between 1 and 50 people to your channel and then disappear. I don't understand why not. It's like gravity. Have you tried to fly? Jump up and see how fly. In fact, I was watching an interesting YouTube clip the other day that says the maximum height any human ever has achieved while jumping was 50 inches. That is the highest a human can fly, is 50 inches. And for a split second before, gravity hurls them back to the ground again. Okay? There is no way of changing this reality. You are going to find one guy. He's going to start connecting people. 1 person, 2 people, 10 people, 15 people. You're like, I got a winner. And then he's going to block you on Facebook and unfriend you and vanish. And vanish. And you're going to go, I don't know what happened. We were going so well. It was so exciting. He's earning money. He's earning money. And he's gone. At DuePoint, we're going to set up the wall of those that have come and died at DuePoint. And we'll have all these people up. We've got a bunch of them. I use the same examples because there's some horror stories. We have one lady who made it to rank 7. She got the imported gold-gilded business cards. We're earning 9,800 Rand a month with us. And she quit. And we said, wow, what the hell's happening? I mean, you're getting 10,000 Rand a month from us. What's the problem? She said, no, I can't. This business is too hard. And we said, well, what do you mean it's too hard? She said, I can't take the no's anymore. And I went, you get 10 grand a month for taking the darn nose. Imagine if that was your job. I'll pay you 10,000 rand a month to take a few no's a month. That's it, but I'll pay you 10 grand. I'll pay you 10 grand every month. You just got to take a few no's for me every month. She couldn't handle it anymore, and she quit. She cancelled her products and stopped earning the 10 grand a month. Yeah. Like, I don't understand it. Okay, but it happened. All right, then we had another lady. It seems to be the ladies at the moment, down in KZN, where she called us up. She was on 7,800 rand a month. She was rank 6. And she called us up and said, Brendan, I can't anymore. The stress is killing me. And I was like, what stress? And she said, no, I can't. These people say no, they don't want to pay. I was like, yes, I told you they're not going to pay. I told you they're going to say no. And I told you there's only going to be a small amount, but I'm paying you 7,800 rand a month. No, I cancelled my product, I'm out. Sure. Now, you know why? You know why? It's because we care about the 95. We care about it. And my deal to you was, put 100 people in the room, okay? And I'll pay you 7,000 rand a month, 84,000 rand a year. All you need to do is put 100 people in the room. So right now, do you care about what the 95 who don't do anything do? No, but the thing is you actually do. You care about them. Remember, your mom was one of them who said no to you. Your best friend started building and then unfriended you and won't talk to you anymore, and etc., etc., etc. You need to remember, ladies and gentlemen, at DuePoint, this is a mathematical exercise. We're not here to make friends. We're here to make money. And so, what do we leave you with? The task of just connecting people. Aren't you glad that you don't have to go and sell substandard goodies to these individuals? That's really going to ruin your friendship. Here, all you did was connect them to us once. You didn't have to speak to them again. That's all you've got to do. But you need to understand, 5 out of 100 are going to do anything. That's it. Now, out of those 5, there's going to be one guy, who's going to catch the vision like you have. And he's going to put a minimum of 1,000 people in your channel. We have seen this happen repeatedly at DuePoint. One, when I say a minimum, none of the guys that have been these ones have put 1,000 in. They've all put 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in one person's channel. Now, you know what that does? It accelerates your growth by another 25 to 40,000 rand a month. That means all of a sudden you're on, let's call it 30,000 rand, midpoint. You're on 30,000 rand a month. So here's my deal. I need you to put 100 people through the presentation, whether it's in this room or whether it's using our technology. And if you do, I'll pay you 30,000 rand a month for the rest of your life.
Book my ticket.
Book my ticket, that's right. Book my ticket. So everybody gets excited at this point. Everybody's like, I can do this, 100 people, 100 people. But somewhere in this journey here, I'm going to lose you. Because you're going to start caring about the people you put in. Let's do the journey together. I'm not sure if I've got the table up. No, we'll get to that one. Yeah, let's do this journey together. You're going to go out now in the next couple of weeks, you're going to put in what, 20 people? You think you'll find 20 people? It's easy to find the first 20. Moms, dads, friends, no problem. You'll put 20 people in. All right, let's use these numbers here. Of the 20 people you put in, how many are going to say no to you? And in all the creative ways of saying no. Cancellations, lapses, not paying, blah, blah, blah. Okay. How many? 13. That's your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousins, your aunt, your uncle. All of them are going to say no to you in the next, call it 8 to 12 weeks. They're going to say no to you. Okay. Why? Because this smells like work and they don't want to do it, but they don't have the balls to say no to you. Okay. They'd rather say yes. Okay. No now. 13. How many are going to say yes? 7. Excellent. You're making some money. Those 7 people, 7 times 55 rand. Okay, you're making some money. They'll also then, some of them will go out and maybe add, but how many will go out and go and add some? You put 20 people in. 1 out of the first. You're going to put 20 people in, you're going to be, I'm rocketing. I got 20 people in already, let's go. 1 is going to add 1 to 50 people to your channel. That 1 might add just 1 and then stop. You're on 21. He might add 20. Great. Now you're on 40. And then he's going to disappear. I'm telling you now. I'm fortune telling your future right now. You will come back to me and you will tell me, Brendan, you said exactly what happened to me. Okay. And then how many of these guys, how many who's going to catch your vision are you going to actually find in the first 20 people you do? None. That means you're going to put your best friend who's going to come in and tell you, we're going all the way. Listen to, we're going all the way together. Next week she's gone and you can't contact her. She's not taking your phone calls. I'm fortune telling your future right now. This is network marketing. Okay? And you know what you're going to do? You're going to quit. You are. Because there's only one who doesn't. Now, you don't have to quit. I'm not going to force you to quit. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to stay. But you're going to quit. And you guys are going to quit. Because you're going to care about the 19 people who did nothing. Do you have to care about those 19 people? No. What's your responsibility at DuePoint? To keep connecting. So maybe you're the one. And you put another 20 people in. You're now by yourself completely. That one guy who came in, he's gone. He's gone. You're on your own again. It's as if you're starting from scratch, but you do have 7 people paying and maybe a couple that he's added. Okay? All right, so you put another 20 in. You're 40 people in. You've been here for 6 months. You put 40 people in. So 26 people have now said no to you. 14 are paying, okay, on your first point. You found one more guy. Just one more. You personally put 40 people and you found only one more guy. And that one guy comes in super on fire. He puts 40 people into your channel. You go, I've got him. I found the right guy. I've got him. And then he disappears. You've got 40 people in your channel. You're all by yourself. And you still haven't found this one guy down here. But it's all right. Because now you're up to about 2,000, 2,500 rand a month. Okay? You are. But you're going to quit anyway. You are. You're going to quit. You're going to tell me, Brendan, this business doesn't work. I've spoken to 40 people, and there is no one building in my team. And I go, yeah, but I'm paying you 2,500 rand a month. Remember that lady who quit because she couldn't handle the stress? Because she was by herself. But is it a problem being by yourself when all you've got to do is connect people? So maybe I managed to convince you. Maybe you are the one. And so you go and put another 20 people in. You're up to 60 people now. 60 people. You've got 21 people paying. The rest have said no. Okay, the other 39 have said no. You find another guy, he puts 20 more people in, and then he disappears. And you still haven't found this guy over here. But now you're earning 5,000 rand a month. And you quit. Because you care about the 60 people you put in. But you didn't have to care, did you? What I asked you to do was put another 20 people in. So you're going to put another 20 people, 80 people in, you're still by yourself. You find one, he puts 50 people in and disappears. And you're by yourself, but you've connected 80 people to DuePoint. This is not unique to DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen. This is network marketing. You can ask Patrick, you can ask Donnie, you can ask anybody who's done network marketing before. They will tell you this is it. You're 80 people down and you're on your ace. But you know what? You're earning 9,000, 10,000 rand a month. You're earning 9,000, 10,000 rand a month, and you call in and go, it's too hard. It's too hard. And I'm going, I don't understand. I'm paying you 10,000 rand a month. You go, I can't. I care about those 80 people. They were my cousins, my friends. They've all let me down. I'm like, congratulations. Welcome to network marketing. But maybe you are the one, and I get you to do another 20 people, and you put your 100th person in. Now, it doesn't always happen in the last 20. Sometimes it's going to happen in the first 3. You find your one. But let's imagine it's the 100th one. And on your 100th one, you find your one. You find your one. And having spent a year with us, perhaps, you put 100 people in, and suddenly you're earning 30,000 rand a month. Suddenly you're earning. Now, what does 3 plus 2 say? It says it's going to take you 2 years to put 100 people in. That's what it says. And that means that you'll be on 30,000 rand a month at the end of your 2nd year with us. Do you remember me talking that journey? 10 grand after your 1st year. How many people in your team after a year? Building with you? Naught. It's you on your ace after an entire year of building. I'm fortune telling for you now, so you're not upset later. 2 years down, you're earning 30 grand a month. How many people in your team? You and one other Okie. That's it. Welcome to network marketing, but you're earning 30 grand a month. Who cares about the 99? Who cares? You found your guy, and you're on your way. A year later, it's just the 2 of you. A year after that, there's 3 of you. Can you survive 4 years so that you have a team of 3? But what if I'm paying you 60,000 rand a month? Does it matter if there's just 3 of you? Ask Patrick. Patrick has put, what, 200 and something people onto his first point? He'll count the people on his fingers, the builders. He'll count the builders on his fingers. Okay? But you all want to be Patrick. The car, the holidays, the cash, you want to be him. Okay? But he doesn't quit because the other 193 chose not to do anything. It just keeps adding. 12, 15 people a month. It just keeps adding. That's what this is like. How long is it going to take you to get there? Well, you're going to have to decide now. You want to know what the difference between fast and slow is? That line item there. That's the line item there that dictates whether you go fast or slow. We say 2 people a month. Okay? That means in 6 months, you're on 2,500 rand. In a year, you're on 10. 2, 30, 3, 40, 4, 60, 500,000 rand a month. That's 2 people a month. Okay, to your first point. But many people do this and less. Half a person a month. That's 1 person every 2 months. They do. Watch. Those of you who've been here a long time will be able to tell me. When I have my rank 4 and above generators meeting, a third of the team, maybe 50% of the team, are below 1 person a month. They're below 1 person a month. They're putting in 1 person every 2 months. So if you put 1 person in every 2 months, it is going to take you 2 years to get to 2,500 rand a month. You see, Brendan, your business doesn't work. I've been here for 9 months and I'm on 500 rand. I'm like, how many people do you put in a month? Oh, no, I haven't put in anybody for 4 months. Well, congratulations. Yes, DuePoint doesn't work. I'll tell you what doesn't work. You are not working. You are not working. You connect 1 person every 2 months, it'll take you 20 years to get to 100,000 rand a month. This is a very complicated business. The more people you put in, the more money you make. There we go. I've just explained how complicated this business is. Do you care about the individual? No. How many are going to be in your team after 2 years? 1. That's it. But you're not interested in the builders. You need the one, you're digging for gold. What you get in the rest of the time are people paying their products and making you money. They're paying their products and making you the money every single month. Now, what happens if we double up that 2? What if we do 4 a month? Well, then you'll be on 2,500 rand in 3 months. Look at Millicent. She's on 1,265 rand after 8 weeks. So you put more people in, 3 months. You want to get to 100,000, and now it takes you 2.5 years, not 20, not 5. It's 2.5 years from now. You're on 100K a month. Just decide where you want to be. Where do you want to be? Okay. What if we do 5? If we do 5 in 2 years, you can be on 100K. 2.5 months, you can be on 2.5. What if this is 10? Patrick and Pumi do about 12 people a month. How does this accelerate this table when you're over here? Hey? How does it accelerate the table when you put 12 people in? The difference between slow and fast is how many people you connect. It is, this is the, I'm going to call it the lazy measure. Lazy, nothing. Super energetic, lots. That's all it is. How do you make money? You get yourself qualified, you get your first pointers qualified. How do you make it go faster? Put more first pointers in. Don't worry about your first pointers putting people in. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is how fast you put people in. This is not how fast your channel grows. This is how fast you grow. Because your channel is not going to grow unless you grow. If you're putting in 10 people a month, your channel starts moving. You'll just see it start. Because in your 10, you'll find 1, and then another 1, and then another builder over there, and you've got another 10 in. 6 months down, you've got 60 people in, you've got 3 guys that are building. They're not going to stay. We know they're not going to stay. But they're going to put 20 in, 30 in, 50 in, 10 in, 5 in, 3 in, and your channel is moving. And then out of those numbers, you start finding the 1 in 100. Because out of your second point, they've put in 200 people. There'll be 1 in there. If you look at some of the channels we've got, we were showing like Rulof's channel. Rulof's got a rank 9, 2 rank 5s, 3 rank 3s, 11 rank 1s, all on his first point. All on his first point. In his channel, he's got about 5 rank 9s. But on his first point, because he's added so many, he's found a rank 9. He's found a rank 5. He's found a rank 3. You see, on his first point. But they in turn have built and found a rank 9 and a 3 and a 5 and in his and all of a sudden, he's earning an average of 25,000 rand a month. But he keeps connecting on that first point. He doesn't worry about what's happening further on. It's a mathematical exercise, making wealth at DuePoint, guys. So what are you going to have to do? Just connect people. No magic science. Just connect people. That's all we want you to do. Never talk about our products. This is not a product selling business. Don't talk about them. If people want to hear about products, you play them the videos. This is not about it. Always talk wealth. I'm in the business of creating wealth. I'm not in the business of selling insurance products. All right? Use the tools. You have to. You cannot build this business if you're just using the application form, the training, the app form, the live streams. You need to be watching regularly with us. Plug in Facebook. Are you on Facebook and following us? Use the tools. Get started now. You cannot wait. Even Millicent will tell you she lost 4 months. 4 months. Where would she have been today? She wasted 4 months. We've had guys who've wasted entire years before they've got cracking. Start now. Why? Because it's a 5-year journey. It is not a 5-minute journey. You are not going to be here for 5 weeks and make money. You're going to be here for 5 years. So do you want 5 years to start in a year's time? Or do you want 5 years to start now? Let's get started right now. Plug into DuePoint. Do everything. Come to our Tell All Tuesdays. Come to our Throwdown Thursdays. Become an expert at the act. Watch all the training properly. Marry DuePoint's calendar to yours. We know. Once a month we've got Tell All Tuesday. Once a month we've got Throwdown Thursday. This coming one's going to be awesome. Wait until you see this. It's thematic Thursday. It's going to be amazing. We've got our development seminars. We've got our road shows. We've got all of the stuff. Is your diary the same as ours? Do you come? Do you attend? Do you watch live? Are you doing the stuff? Get into the process of doing it, and you will get rich quickly with us at DuePoint. We're looking for the 1 in 100. Doesn't matter what system you can go to. You can run across the other one that looks all flashy with the Ferraris and the Range Rovers. The maths is the same. It is exactly the same there. Guys alone, there's been this new one that's been running around from China or something in the last year. It's pretty much dead already. It's been around for 12 months. It's dead already. Everybody there. Everybody there. Oh, I'm a platinum distributor. And then like, gone. Even for that one, the mathematics was the same. People thought the maths would be different. They went there and they're disappointed because the maths is the same. Only 1 in 100. And you got to dig for that one. How quickly can you get there? You can get there in a year. If we do it in a year, it's going to be 2 to 3 people a week. You got to connect to us. 2 to 3 people a week, and you've done 100 people in a year. You want to do it in 2 years, it's 2 people a month. It's about 1 person a week that you connect. So, folks, go for it. Yes, question?
Same as going to university. First year is 100 students, by the time you get PhDs.
Exactly. No, exactly. It's the same as at university. It was the same for me. I was doing the chartered accountant course. There were 1,500 of us in the first year. At the end of the year, there were 127. Of the 127, only 60 passed. So it went from 1,500 to 60 across 4 years. It's the same with everything. Yeah. Any other questions that you guys got? Anything that you've got? All right, let me just get a mic out quickly so that the guys on the stream can hear your questions. And then we can go from there. Talk into the top of the mic for me. There we go. Yeah, hold it, go for it. Into the top.
Brandon,
Yeah.
how should we do? Okay, often I bump into people that when I connect them with the system, they'd be like, okay, yeah, no, fine. Let me first go and see if I can find other people.
Yeah.
And then once I get them, then I'll be able to join.
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no. They're part of the 65. We move to the next person. It's a creative way of saying no.
All right.
That's right. Just move on. Yeah. You see how simple this business is? Thanks. No. Next.
Brendan, with the global constant.
Yes, the universal constant.
65, yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Let's say once you connected, let's say I go out and I connect 20 people a month, which gives
Yeah.
me 5 months, I'm on 100.
100. Yeah.
Is there an average of how long it takes you to get to the 25 to 40K, for these guys to build? Is it over 6 months? Is it over a year?
The average is 19 months for most people.
Is it?
That's the average for most people at DuePoint is 19 months. So you're looking at nearly 2 years to get there.
Is it?
Okay, yeah. And if you look, you'll see on our path to success, 2 years, 27 to 30, but most are getting there about 6 months earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you have to just keep putting people and pray for them to do this.
I wouldn't even bother praying for them. This is a mathematical exercise. You don't have to do any witchcraft around it. All you do is keep adding people. That's all you do. And some will and some don't. And we look at averages. When we do this, we look at the averages. It's the only way I can do it. But you might find that you get 2 of these guys at 199 and 200. So for 198 people, all you had was this happening. That still means you got 1 per 100. So someone will say, but I put 100 people in and I never got that. I go, well, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going. You might find, what about Lynette? Let's look at Lynette. If you guys were at Tell All Tuesday with us this last month, Lynette's story was up. Lynette has had the most remarkable story. She's been with us for 2.5 years. For the first 2 years, she connected 500 people to DuePoint. The best she could get to was rank 3. She personally connected 500 people, got to rank 3. In the last 6 months, she's gone from rank 3 to rank 9. Why? Because all of a sudden, the maths went, okay, it's time for you to get the averages out now. And she started finding one after another of these guys. over here. But she had to get through 500 people. Now she's found 5 once. And all of a sudden it's 1 per 100. So where it is, I don't know. What I do know is it's time. She did not quit for 2.5 years, and she's gone from rank 3 to rank 9 in about 8 months.
That 500, did it have anything to do with the quality of people that she introduced?
No, it was just mathematics. She spoke to rich people, poor people, white people, black people, Asian people, and they were all like, nah, we're over here. We're in here. Some paying, some not. I mean, she was earning $4,000 a month and stuff like that, but she could not break through and could not break through and could not break through. And she just kept connecting. Just kept connecting. It was ridiculous. We used to feel embarrassed. It's like, oh, my maths is wrong. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 and now she's rank 9. You know, so that's what you've got to do. You've got to do. All right, any other questions? Yeah, Patrick. Send it back there. Send it back there for me. Yeah, send it back there to Patrick over there. I'm back.
Hello, everyone. Now, someone wants to know, Brendan.
Yeah.
You say you put someone who's powerful in this business,
Yeah.
but you are not taking the premium. You want to know why.
Why? Why would we not raise the premium? Yes, okay, we get that. We get that every now and then. It's a wonderful fallacy. You can bring the mic back to the front there. So people say, Brendan, you guys, it's always us, remember, it's always us. It's like my app is not working, it's your fault. Okay, so you guys don't raise the debit orders. Okay, now first of all, I love the fact I've put a powerful person in, really. I didn't know there was a magic behind this. You don't know if it's a powerful person until they are rank 9. They could be, this is the thing, you think, my friend is amazing. This guy is such a powerful network marketer. Watch, he's in my channel, is going to go crazy. No, he does nothing. He turns out to be one of the 35 or even one of the 65. Don't label individuals. You do not know if they're powerful individuals. You don't know that. The proof is in the pudding. When they've got 1,000 people in your channel, now you know they're a powerful person. But we raise every debit order every single month. Ever. We never miss a single one. I will bet you that if you call into client services, they're going to tell you there was no money in that account. It was a fake bank account. It was an invalid bank account. Or the guy's debit order was actually set for November, not October. You've got to check that. Remember, when you go into the system, we have to, by law, allow you 60 days. The guy might have selected November the 2nd, not October the 2nd. So I can't raise the debit order on the 2nd. Then you instructed me to raise it in November. There's a whole host of reasons. Sometimes banks were down. On the 24th and 25th, there were big power failures around Joburg. The banks were down. No debit orders were raised on the 25th and the 24th and 25th. So at midnight on the 25th, all the debit orders went through. That's not me not raising the debit order. That's the bank delaying us by 2 days. But I raised the debit order. You can be 100% assured that debit order went off on the midnight of the 25th. Now, that doesn't always happen. There are little things that happen during life that slow things down. But I can assure you, we raise every debit order. Because why? Because I'm in the business of making money. I'm not in the business of running a charity here, and I can't make money if I don't raise the debit orders. So don't ever worry about that. The moment you see a debit order not raised, pick up the phone, call client services. They will immediately tell you why that debit order hasn't raised in detail for that individual. Okay? Remember our client service team, guys, please. We don't get enough phone calls during the day. My ladies are waiting for your phone calls. Call them about anything at DuePoint. Why did my XP not reflect? Why does so-and-so not get paid? Why? Call them and let them explain it to you. Don't fight with them on the phone. They do know what's going on. Listen to their explanations and let them help you understand how this business works. Okay, good question though. All right, yeah, you wanted to go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you meet someone who's very interested.
Yes.
But they say
yes. You know
they
what?
don't have so many people to talk to.
Don't they?
Deal with it.
There's 55 million people in South Africa. I think they're lying. Hey, pull their cell phones out and say, show me your contact list. That's normally a no. Yeah. Well, I'll give you a couple of examples now. I just need to think about it. I need to go home and talk to my spouse. Okay, these are all no's. I'm giving you all the no's now. I need to go home and talk to my spouse. Super interested, excited about this business. Just need to talk to my wife. Okay, that's a no. I need to do more research is a no. What are the other ones, Patrick, that we get? I've got some. No, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't got time one. That's a nice no. That's a straight. I'm thinking about the dodgy ones. I can't think of another one at the moment. There's lots of these dodgy ones where they go, I really don't know. So what I encourage you to do is go and watch our training, How to Handle the 10 Most Common Objections. We've got 2 versions of it. We've got one with Dr. Benfield, my father. He's the founder of Clientele Life and the IFA. He will talk to you about it. And there's one that I think I did on how to handle the 10 most common objections. Objection number 1 is, I don't have time. Objection number 6, I think, is, I don't know enough people. There are 10 objections you're always going to get. You'll either be able to handle it and get the guy on board, or he's a no. It's maths. There's no magic. There's no prayer and faith. I mean, we can have faith. I'm a man of faith, but I'm just saying, like, it's just maths. It's just the rules. It's gravity. You can't pray against gravity. Like, it will still be there. It's that sort of thing. Hook up the mic. You've got a question. I'm going to hand it back to you now. Okay, in a minute. Go this way.
Over this way.
Yeah. Go there. We'll do yours easiest.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't say yes, and they raise an objection because they don't know enough.
That can be the case too. So when you've done the training and you know how to handle the objection, you can get those guys across the line. You can. But can I tell you, you're looking at 1 in 3 still. You're still looking at 1 in 3. Some of the 1s in 3s will be those guys. Great. It's all numbers at the end of that. Yeah.
There's 2 points that I'd like to raise that you brought up in your presentation. One was the mining.
Yes,
That's
gold
the first,
mining.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I'm trying to remember the video that you mentioned in the presentation about how many people in the country earn in
Yes,
certain amounts.
yeah,
If you
that's
can just
right.
raise those 2 points
So,
again, please.
yes, okay, for sure. So again, you can bring the mic to the front. What we were saying always is that, and if you go and watch, Rob did a presentation, the 3 golden steps to success at DuePoint. It was the last dev that he did last month, where he actually married DuePoint and network marketing to gold mining. In gold mining, they'll mine a ton of rock to get half a kilogram of gold. Okay, and that's what we do. The 1 out of 100. We have to mine the ton of rock to find the 1 in 100 that's going to make the money. But the 1 in the 100 has made people billionaires. Look at the Oppenheimers. That 1/2 a gram out of a ton made them the 100th richest people in the world. Okay, we create our wealth off the fraction. So go and watch that training video if you want Rob's full story on how gold mining is directly equated to us. It's got the whole story. It's fantastic that he did on that dev seminar. And then the second one was the statistics. So we did a dev seminar a short while ago called I think it was called Wealth Creation 101, where I actually didn't look at DuePoint. I said, as a personal finance system for you as individuals, understand how you make money in South Africa and in the world today. And I did all the streams of income that you can create and how to create them and which ones create wealth and which ones just don't. And that's just a reality. The 99% of income streams never create wealth. You've got to get yourself into the 1%, and I did that. And in there, I did a whole lot of research over about 3 or 4 months on all sorts of things, but one of the things was how much people were earning in South Africa. And SARS tells us those statistics because they get them every year. And in there, it was pretty clear that only 30% of South Africans earn 30,000 Rand or more. The other 70% earn less than 30,000 Rand a month. So we know that within 2 years at DuePoint, we can get you to the top third of earners in the country. Then we know that earning 100,000 above is 0.5%. There's about 35,000 South Africans that earn more than 100,000 Rand a month. 35,000 out of 55 million. Okay, so these, the youngsters, I'm going to be CEO, I'm going straight to the top. Statistically, no, you're not. You're just not. There's only about 1,000 people in South Africa that are proper CEOs. Everybody's like, I run my own business, I'm the CEO. No. If you look at like the proper corporates, there's only like 1,000. So that means you've got a 1,000 out of 55 million. That's a 1 in 55,000 chance of becoming CEO. That means 0. Statistically, if anybody studies statistics, I've studied statistics, anything more than 1 in 1,000 is 0. Okay? There is a chance, but it's effectively 0. You've got a 1 in 55,000 chance. That is a very big, you are never going to be CEO. Okay, so that means you won't earn more than 100,000 Rand a month. You just won't. It's a 0. It's a 0 potential to earn 100,000 Rand. At DuePoint, you have unlimited potential. This is what I keep saying. I just took the lid off. And I just said, if you are willing to put the years in, I'll get you well beyond 100,000. You can get to 500,000 Rand a month. How many people earning 500,000 Rand a month? I think they said 1,500 people. There's about 1,500 people in the country that earn more than 500,000 Rand a month. That's all there. So you can go back to your jobs. You can go back to everything because this feels like work. And you're just never going to get anywhere beyond your current set of circumstances. That is an unfortunate fact. It's a reality. It's not something that can be debated. What we've got to do is we've got to do the work now to get ourselves out. And I've given you the easiest task to do it in. All right. Yeah, just pass the mic back there. Any other questions in the front? No? Right up. Patrick, anything on your phone there?
No.
Nothing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, one more point. So I do have, I've been around a mentor that's been feeding into my life, and he said that an introvert person has a chance of influencing 15,000 people in their lifetime.
Yeah, yeah.
So the possibility of reaching out to those people.
15,000, even as an
15,000
introvert.
as
yeah.
an introvert.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's an awesome stat. So even if you're shy, you can still reach 15,000 people. Do you want to grab that there? Imagine if you've connected 15,000 people to DuePoint, what your earnings would be. If you're looking at the 1 out of 100 in
I
there.
think if you, the 15,000 you're talking about now, the 15,000, if you take this, I did a calculation the other day. It comes to about 6,000 people that you connected.
Yeah.
On this expectation, you should be earning about $1 million a month.
Yeah, yeah. That's a complete reality, that.
Yeah.
That's not a fallacy or a fantasy. But it will not become a reality until I've had people put 10, 20 years into this business. It will take you 10 to 20 years to get there. But if you were 20 years from now, most of you are young enough to live 20 years. Some of you not, but some of you are. 20 years from now, imagine if you're 40, 50, 60 and you're earning R1 million a month. What kind of a life do you live? Was the last 20 years worth it? Yeah. You know, these things that promise you these riches in 5 minutes. No, weekly pay. There is not a single, network marketing company in the world that has survived on weekly pay. It's not a mathematical viability. But there are network marketing companies out there that have made people billionaires. There are billionaires in dollars because they put 20, 40, 50 years into building their networks. Not 5 minutes, 20, 40, 50 years. And then they die billionaires. And the last 30 years of their lives, they live millionaires in dollars. But they put the time in. And that's what we're asking you to do. This is purely a mathematical exercise, guys, and people will let you down. So stop letting them let you down. Just keep adding. Just keep adding. Just keep adding. Just keep adding. And we're going to make people rich in South Africa if they do that. All right, I think we've spent enough time on the topic. We'll be back at 11:30 next week. And, of course, throughout this week, we've got 6:30 every day just about, and lunch times as well, and then Saturday next week. Book your diaries. Get in line with us and start making some money this month with us, okay? And do it quickly, not slowly. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.